Okay. Running 7 seems like it might be a reasonable start. So their Golos is a fun first pick. I don't know how well this still supports 5 colors, but it's not too hard of a commitment into anything. Well, I mean, you want to be in 5 colors, but you can still play it in really just about whatever you want. I think it's a solid first pick. Lets us more easily see what the sort of play patterns are for all the colors, since we're probably going to drop most of them. And I think a lot of people don't pick up lands as highly as they should, which makes it a bit easier to draft a Golos deck. You really want to get a Field of the Dead, but that can be tricky. I'm assuming that's still in there, otherwise there's not much point in including the Golos. But I think we're just going to pick that and see where it takes us. What do we have here? Okay, I think a Chariot's pretty reasonable. Oh, this is the nerfed version? Oh, gross. There's gonna be alchemy cards in here, isn't there? So we probably don't want the Chariot then. Goose could be reasonable. Shark Typhoon might be good too. What else do we have here? Seasoned Pyromancer. We can take some lands. Oh yeah, this is one of the alchemy cards. Choose a color, enter the battlefield, describe 1. If you weren't the starting player, you may untap it instead. But it's only 1 color. Take a removal spell here too. I think I'm kind of feeling Shark Typhoon, but I could see several other of these cards also being good. Yeah, we'll try the Shark Typhoon, I think. That's pretty reasonable, but it is triple white and 7 mana. Primal Command's probably not bad. If we're looking to play non-creature spells, Young Pyromancer could be really good. Otherwise, it's just sort of some reasonable removal spells and counter spells. Both the lands here are black-red. I think the chances they both get picked up are fairly low, so we might wheel one of those. I think I probably want to take the Young Pyromancer. Since we already have the Shark Typhoon, we're going to want... It fits with the non-creature theme, which we could try and do. We might end up not playing Golos if that's the case, but I think just red-blue non-creature spells is a pretty reasonable deck. So what do we have here? This only works if we have a legendary creature, which we do have the Golos, but currently that's it. Brawl's Expertise could be decent. This card's really good if we're going to be in the 5-color deck. What else is there? Frenzy's probably not good in the red-blue deck, since you're going to have a lot of instants, and you just sort of can get stuck with counter spells or something similar on top of your deck. Plus we already have a 5 and a 6 drop. Gilded Lotus is good if we're playing like multicolor ramp. We can be more aggressive and try and go with light up the stage. I think Echo lost a piece of his treat inside the bed. That might keep him busy for a bit. I think we'll take the Baral's Expertise here. Double damage and then 2 and 2. Or we could just take a reasonable removal spell. The Hermit and the Sphinx are both probably fine. I don't think I like Disdainful Stroke as much. It does seem like red and blue are relatively open, which is good. I think we'll probably still play Golos in whatever deck we have, unless we just have no way to produce all the other colors. But I guess it should be easy enough to just get a few lands that can tap for whatever color we want. But I think we're just going to take a solid removal spell here that's in our colors. I could see Insult to Injury being better, but I think this one's a bit more consistent. And you want cheap removal spells a lot of the time as well. Rimrock, I don't know if we're aggressive enough for Rimrock Knight. We can take the Blast Zone because it's fetchable off the Golos. Otherwise, we can take the Caravan if we're looking to play more colors. Which one is this? Seek a basic land, play battlefield tap. Mana about equal number of lands you control. Interesting. So it's like a rampant growth plus a draw card. I do think I still want to keep myself open to being multiple colors, so I could take the caravan here. I think I don't mind that. I think that's what I'm probably gonna do. Helm is fine, but it's a bit of a win more card, I think. Okay, Glorybringer's really good. Yeah, if we're in red, I think we just always want this card. Prismari Command would be fine too, but yeah, I think Glorybringer's really good. That makes the Caravan a bit better too, since you can turn for it much more consistently. So we'll take that. This card's not terrible. The lands only get us green. Thragtusk could be a reasonable pick, but I think just staying in the non-creature spell theme is probably better for us at the moment, since it does seem like with 7th pick Glorybringer, it seems like red's probably open. So I think we'll take this and just stay in the red-blue for now. Okay. So this wheeled, and so did burn down the house. We do want a fair bit of artifacts with this, but we do already have a Caravan and a Golos, so this could be good. We are fairly heavy on 5-drops already, though, so I could see taking potentially Into the Royal instead. It's a good 4 and a good 2. I think we'll take Into the Royal here, and then I think planning on just being red-blue, potentially not playing the Golos. Wow, so we have a lot of options here. I think Delver's a trap. I don't think it's really any good. Lightning Strike's really good, but so is Seasoned Pyromancer. This card's fine, but I think I'd rather take one of these two. I think probably Seasoned Pyromancer is what we want. I think just 2 mana deal 3 damage, I'm pretty sure are easy enough to pick up. Or 1 mana deal 2 damage. So both of these wheeled, okay. So black-red as a color combination is probably pretty open. But I'm thinking Direfleet Daredevil is probably more powerful. It does fit with our non-creature spell theme, and is also just a solid early creature anyway. So I think that's what we're going to take here. I think we'll cut Golos for now. Maybe keep the Caravan. We might have enough early creatures to play light at the stage. I don't think we have enough legendary creatures to play this. Currently we have 0 without the Golos, it looks like. Wheeling the Insult Injury. Okay, so it seems like red's really open. We could even play a really aggressive red deck, which would make this really good. Let's see how it goes though. Fight with Fire could be a solid pickup here. 3 mana deal 5 damage to anything's really good. Deemworthy's pretty reasonable, but cycling it doesn't actually trigger any of our stuff that cares about casting non-creature spells. I think this card's probably fine, but I feel like there's a reasonable chance it'll wheel. It doesn't look like there are many people in aggressive red decks right now. Search for Azcanta is another reasonable option. It helps this a lot. It's also just a very solid card, but I think we'd probably rather just take the Fight with Fire here, and then potentially wield this one. So this is really the only red card in here, which I think is fine but not great. It is best of 3 though, so it gains some value being a decent sideboard card. And there's a chance we even end up mono red, since we only have 3 blue cards right now. Although Thirst for Discovery is really good, assuming we have a decent amount of basic lands, but I think we will, because if we're only 2 colors, there's not going to be that many non-basics we can pick up. Thassa's Intervention is reasonable, but it is double blue, and we're not 100% sure how, I guess how much of a blue deck we are. So I'm thinking probably Thirst for Discovery is what we pick, and then maybe wheel this. since it's a pretty medium card most of the time. As I don't think this is a terribly... It's not too heavy on artifact. There are a lot of good ones, but it's not, you know, sort of a shadow, not really a must-have card in this format, it doesn't look like. Okay, so a lot of very solid aggressive red cards. But it might just be better to take the Sarkon here. If we're not playing the Golos, we might still need to pick up another good 5. There's a chance we don't end up playing the Expertise. And then we're almost certainly going to wheel at least one of these, whereas we're not going to wheel this. And these are all fairly similar. This Skewer is probably the one we'd want the most, since it can go face. But I think Sarkon's going to be really good. There does seem to be a light dragon theme, which we might want to dip into a bit if we're very heavy red. So I think we'll take that. The field wouldn't be awful to wheel either. Okay, so I guess we could just go really hard in on the mono red plan then with Annex. Play with Fire is reasonable. We could go with the Prophetic Titan too. It requires us to get Delirium though, and we don't really have any self-mill, and it looks like we're... I guess we have, yeah, 1 enchantment, 1 planeswalker, 1 artifact. Only 2 instants though. But you get to choose one either way. How aggressive do we want to be? Hi. I think we'll try and stay blue at least for now, because it seems like the aggro deck's open anyway, and we might just still wheel any of that. I don't know. We'll see. Sensor could be playable. This one might be good too if we want to get a bit into black, but you don't really want to get into a third color in your aggro deck. That's usually not very good. But the other cards for us are pretty medium. Bubble Snare does require double blue for it to really be any good. Sensor's fine, but does require blue to cycle. I think it's probably the Censor. Judith could be good, but we are a bit light on creatures, and I think we want to go with the instant sorcery plan more. So I think Censor's probably what we want to take here. So it looks like either a Den or a Captivating Crew. We could take this, but we only have one way to produce green at the moment. It is a fine card, but I think we already have so many playables in this, only pack 2, that I think picking up manlands is going to be really important. So I think that means that we'll take the Den. Here, we don't really have any black or white we want to play, so we're probably not playing that. I'm pretty sure Poppets is just what we want then. This is exactly what you need in the instant sorcery deck, and then I'll turn the elemental tokens into 3/3s as well, which is really good value. It does unfortunately shrink the Sarkon dragon, but I think we just won't flip it if we have a bunch of dragons on board. So I'm feeling good about staying in blue. I think this card's pretty reasonable, but I think this is essentially just a free pick because it'll function as a land, and we get to play an extra spell as a result. So I'm pretty sure this is what we want. And we did wheel this, so I was correct about that. There's no reason we'd want to play any of these lands. I'm not 100% sure. I guess right now there's really no reason to play it since this is the only card we can cascade into. So we'll just throw it on the board for now. Unless we pick up some good 1-drops, then maybe we'll play it. Okay, this did wheel anyway, so we'll pick it up. Better than a Spell Pierce. Yes, we wheeled both of these. And then it seems like splashing black would be really easy. Ashiok's another reasonable option, but I think that we can just get away with being really aggressive and playing lots of burn spells. We don't really need to mill them at all. Take the Chain Edict just on the off chance we splash it. Oh wow, Judith came back around anyway. If we can pick up some red-black, some more red-black lands for free, I think we'll do it. We already have almost enough playables already, so I think I'm going to take another manland here. And Captivating Crew is fine, but we realistically only need 3 more non-lands and have an entire extra pack to find those with. I could potentially cut some of the double blue cards to make our mana a bit better. Like, we could cut this. We don't have any 4-drops. Which makes this a bit worse. I think I'm gonna cut the Caravan. Since we're only 2 colors at the moment. There's not as much of a need for that. So we don't need any of these lands. Careless Mirror is not good. I don't think we can realistically get 7 mana consistently, but I think Goblin Dark Dwellers could be very strong. There's a reasonable amount of things we can flash back: Skewer, Light of the Stage, Fight with Fire, Thirst, some random 2-drop removal spells. So I'm pretty sure the Dark Dwellers is going to be the pick here. But I could see multiple choice being reasonable as well. It's basically a 5-drop as well, though, and I think the Dark Dwellers is going to be better. If we picked up the Ashiok before, I'd take the Tutelage here, but I think this is just a much more consistent card that we have here. So seeing a lot of mill cards after we've passed the mill. Start Coming's fine, but I think Grim Lavamancer might be what we want here. It is a 1-drop that we could cascade into with this, which might make this playable, but it's really bad with it since it turns off our own Delirium. Otherwise, either of these would be good splash cards, but I think we have enough playables already that we don't need to consider splashing at all. So I think we'll take the Grim Lavamancer here. Let's see here. CGN Commander and a Braid are both fine. Yorion could be good, but I don't think we're gonna want to play that many cards in our deck to play this as a companion. We do have a couple good things to blink, but yeah. So I think the pick is just between Siege Gang and a Braid. We do have a fair number of 2-mana removal spells already, but we are fairly heavy on 5-drops, but we might not play the Expertise, so that makes this a little bit better. I think that is what we're going to do then here. Ooh. So these are instant sorceries, costs X less, but then it fairly regularly gets counters. Champion Wits could also be fairly reasonable. How many we have 4 instants and 6 sorceries already. Oh, that's weird. It's saying 0 artifacts now because we moved this into the sideboard. Instead of just not showing it. I think we'll take the multicolored card here. Champion Witch would also be fine, but I don't think we have enough graveyard synergies to warrant it. I don't think Torvran is what we want to be doing. I think Hall of the Storm Giants is probably what we want. We already have tons of playables. Just another manland is going to be good. Yeah, I think a lot of the rest of this stuff is just a bit worse than what we already have. So I think we'll just take the land since it's basically just a free card in our deck. Ooh, there's some options here. Chandra's really good. Obstructionist is pretty reasonable. Godfarer's Gift and Aethersphere Harvester are both really good. But I think, yeah, we didn't end up quite as aggressive. So I think we probably want to pick the Chandra, play a bit more control-y, and probably take out things like the Rimrock Knight. Because this is a really hard card to beat. And we have a lot of early removal spells to make sure we can survive to cast it. Did the Echo Can here. Just moving back and forth between his bed and the door. I think Soul Scar Mage is probably what we want. Prowess is really good, and then we have a lot of ways to deal damage that converting it to -1/-1 counters is going to be really good. We're not currently splashing either of these colors, and I don't think we're quite aggressive enough for either of those two creatures. Okay, yeah, so here it's between Dorat, or I guess Sprite Dragon is what it's actually called, and the Ember Cleave. And I think it's close. I think we'll just stay on theme with this. Even though the Embercleave might be a bit better. I don't think we're playing any of these, but I could see maybe boarding this in against a very controlling deck. Or a lay claim. I think the tutelage is probably a fine sideboard card. Similarly with this, yeah, if we play against a very controlly or very late game deck, we can board in both of those. Just board in some creatures and then try and mill them. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable sideboard plan.
They're here.
I think here we just pick up the Abrade. I'm surprised that wheeled. Yeah, red is very open. It might have been better to just go mono red. But I don't have as much experience drafting that. Sacrifice a creature. I guess it's the only card we could realistically board in, but I don't see much use for it. This is a removal spell or a large creature. I don't think we want this, so I guess we'll put that in the board for now. Either Sphere Harvester is pretty reasonable. We might end up actually just playing that card. And that's fine. Okay, so we'll take out the lands here and see how many cards we're working with. We got 3 man lands, which was really nice. So we hopefully won't have to make as many cuts as a result. So 20. Oh, I guess that's a land too. So 26. I think we're gonna run 17 and just count this as a land probably. But we do have some 6 drops. Although this is more of a 3 drop really. Let's see here. I can see cutting the Censor. I think our blues just. I think we're gonna be fairly light on blue. So I can see cutting these two. Not really sure. We'll see what that looks like. Cut the Censor. What else do we have here? I think this is a fine card to main deck. I think a reasonable number of people are gonna have at least some number of artifacts, but I could see moving it to the board if we can't find anything else. What's our creature count now? 14? That's reasonably high, but this is also a non-creature spell. Let's see here. What else can we cut here? We do cut the end of the royal. Make the blue fairly light, just because yeah, it's most of the time it's double blue. We'll try not to play any of the double blue spells at the moment. How many things do we actually have to play early? 1, 2. We don't want to play that on turn 2 or this. So 3 or 5. That's not bad. Is it? I feel like it's not correct to cut the insult to injury. But I'm thinking it's either insult to injury, the shield breaker. Probably just one of those two. Maybe it's a light at the stage, but I think we have enough early creatures that'll be fine. Maybe we just leave this in the board for now until we see how many targets people are typically running. Try it like that. We could run this, but I think that we just don't have that many ways to put relevant stuff in our graveyard, and we're down to 0 artifacts again, only 1 enchantment. So I'm thinking we'll try it like this, and then potentially swap this back in depending on what things look like. We have a few reasonable sideboard options too, which is going to be good. So that we'll count that as a land. So we don't have that many blue cards, so I'm thinking. Let me see. We'll add one of each for now. One. So we can go like what 5 of these to give us 6 sources, which would give us. We go 8, 9, 10, 10, 6 with a Crawling Barrens. Since if we don't draw blue, we're not in that bad of a shape. There's only 6 blue cards in our deck. We have a lot of double red. I think we'll try this. That might be. I think this is gonna be how we started out. So update the stream description. We are playing blue-red spells, basically, but almost mono-red. I would like to play first. So we have a 1-drop, but not much to follow it up with. We can always cycle this. We have both our colors. It's not great, but I think we'll keep it, just because this can be so good on the play, and then we can cycle if we don't find anything else to play. I think I'd probably want to at least make a 1-1 with it, but we'll see what we end up drawing. Good boy, Echo. Good boy. Alright, so lead on the scroll, Scour Mage. Hope to draw some castables here. We have a reasonable amount of 2 and 3 drops. That's what most of our deck is, I think. So I think our chances are fairly reasonable that we draw a playable. I think I'm gonna play this now just so it comes into play untapped. It means we can't cycle this for 0, but I don't think I was going to want to anyway. And then I think if we don't draw anything else, I think we're gonna go Island and make a 1-1. That won't yet cycle, so it doesn't trigger Prowess. So we'll just go in for 1. And then since we don't have any 4 drops that I remember, we're probably gonna end up playing this next turn, and then hopefully whatever we draw, and then Siege Gang on turn 5. So they are green-blue. So, okay, so Assaulti, probably with some Graveyard shenanigans since they have Consider and Search. So we'll wait until after that triggers to do our Shark Typhoon. So they exiled nothing, that makes sense. So then we'll cycle for 1. See what we draw here. That's a pretty good draw. It is a 5-drop, unfortunately, but at least our curve is going to be reasonable here, and we get to keep it daytime. And also this way, we're not in bad shape if they flip it tonight, since we'll start triggering this card here. Good boy, Echo. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, buddy. Good boy. Here you go. Okay, so they bin to Forest. I'm assuming they're just going to bin just about everything to try and flip it fast enough. I think that's usually the correct play to make. If it turns out this deck's really controlling, I could see boarding in the mill cards, but I think Sultai is usually going to have more of a mid-range game plan than a control game plan. So we're not blocking here. We played just a 2-2. We're going to be able to prowess this if we play the Sarkhan, which means we can still attack with this. I think that's the play. We could attack with the Den, but they blocked that here, so I'm pretty sure we'll just do this. Do not play the Siege Gang Commander yet, just to get the prowess trigger. We will make a dragon. And then we will attack with these 2. Probably. I could see holding the shark back to try and chump block to keep Sarkhan alive. But I guess then, yeah, I think that's fine. Attacking them for 1 isn't going to do much. Okay, so they blocked here to draw a card anyway. But yeah, this way there's a higher chance that Sarkhan survives and then can attack for a lot more damage next turn. Did I send out my tweet? I think I forgot. Oh no, I did. Okay, good. Ooh, that's a good play. Brings that back right away. But they still don't have any flyers though, so I think we're still in really good shape. So if we then go tick up, make everything a 4/4, attack with all of our flyers. Which makes, that'll be lethal next turn if they don't do anything. So we can light up the stage and still Siege Gang. Let's see here. Yeah, I think I actually prefer Dark Dwellers into Light Up the Stage again. Yeah, I think that's a better play. So you get to cast that then without paying its mana cost. Exile some more stuff. Okay, so probably our play next turn is to play the Chandra, I think, and then tick up, and it's going to be really hard. Even if they, you know, get rid of our board here, they're so low, and they don't have much pressure that just a single Chandra uptick is probably going to be enough to win the game. So kill the Starcom, spent the full mana for it. That's Menace. Are we blocking? Menace lifelink. They're probably just trying to do it to gain some life. I think I will block. I think I'll trade that here. Okay, so what are we doing here? Okay, I guess they're just conceding. That makes sense. Because we're hitting them for at least 5. They'd have to double block the Dark Dwellers, then we tick up the Chandra, and then they're almost dead. I don't think it's worth bringing the mill cards against them, since they seem to care about their graveyard and are on more of a mid-range game plan. Other than the Solemn, I didn't see any targets for this, and I don't really want to be destroying that. I could see playing the Harvester, just because we didn't see any flyers, and maybe we just take out a random removal spell. But I guess most of the stuff we have is really good. I can see taking out a Skewer maybe. Just playing a few more threats, or an Insult to Injury. But this one could be good to just insult and then attack with everything. I think I'll take out a Skewer and bring in a Harvester and try that. Just having an additional threat that also can't be dealt with at sorcery speed could potentially be really good against them. So we're up a game. Hopefully we'll be up a match here in a few minutes. Just gonna see what they're submitting. What do you got for us? Moonspoon. I assume they're gonna play first, since our deck has the potential to be fairly aggressive. I think sometimes in this, if it's a mid-range deck versus a mid-range deck, you can want to be on the draw, but I think a lot of decks are going to have the capability to go pretty quick, that you're almost always going to want to be on the play in this. It's mostly just sealed that you want to be on the draw sometimes. So we have no red sources, but we can play the Harvester and crew it with the Shark. And we do have a lot of red sources. This is double red. I think we'll try it. It's not great, but I don't like mulliganing. I definitely don't mulligan enough, and this probably should have been one, but this is what happened. I think the chances we draw a red source are fairly high, since there should be 10 in the deck. Oh, one of our few remaining blue sources in the deck. Awkward. Yeah, not picking up any dual lands was kind of awkward, but everyone we saw was red-black. Pick up another double red card. That's not terribly good for us. I don't think we want to cycle this for 0, because I think we want the creature to be able to crew the Harvester, and then yeah, I'm thinking we'll probably play the Harvester next turn. So there's not as much point cycling this, because our next turn play is already set for us. So they did that just to scry, it seems like. Both bottoms, so I guess it was a good thing they did that. And then cultivate. So you get to scry and then you cultivate? That seems like good value. Why not cultivate first if you were planning on attacking? That's really weird. Guess some people just like misplaying. Yeah, no cycling. So we hit the red, that's good. But yeah, we're still playing the Harvester this turn. And then we can always, next turn we can always Soul Scar to crew it and then end step make a 1/1 with the Typhoon. But we have enough lands that we might even want to just wait to hardcast this at this point. Well, that's going to be really annoying. I assume they're gonna have each of us draw or discard a card. So they're not discarding that forest. That will hit us. I think I'm gonna discard an island. But I could see discarding a Seasoned Pyromancer, I'm not really sure. I think it'll be island though, since we already have 2 more of them and we need mountains. So we'll do this. I think we'll play the Soulscar Mage, planning to block with the Harvester, and then if they kill the Harvester, we'll make a 1/1 and block with that. I really don't want to be hit by that, so they're discarding a land. So it seems like they had a lot extra. But they do still need a second blue for this? I guess they had it. That's going to be an important one for us to try and kill. It's a 4/4, they choose a card type. So they're almost always going to draw at least 1 card with that. The trample on that's going to be really annoying. There's no way they attack here. We'll see what they name. They named creature and they missed? Oh, it only reveals 2 cards. Okay, that's not so bad. I think we're just gonna make another 1/1 since we need to draw another mountain really badly. Glorybringer this turn is gonna be very strong though. But now the question is, which one of them do we kill? I think we'll leave the Rankle alive since we have blockers for it. But I guess they'll be able to make it a 4/4, but we can still double block it. So I think, yeah, Glorybringer, we're going to exert it, kill this, just to turn off their card draw. Attack and exert. Kill that one. So they're obviously not blocking here. And attacking's not going to be fantastic for them. 2 to equip, and then we can always block with a Shark and a Harvester. It's just going to be a bit annoying if they have a removal spell for the Harvester, because then we can't chump block anymore. So they are equipping. Are they attacking is the question. Seems like yes. So crew. I think I will double block. If they have the removal spell, they have it. They're not going to pick both players sack a creature, so it doesn't really... Losing the Shark's not a big deal, and we'll be able to kill the Rankle with the Glorybringer in 2 turns anyway. Yeah. That's fine. So they still hit us. If this card's any good, they're not going to want to have us discard a card. They don't want to make us sack a creature. Oh, they are going to have us discard a card. This is going to end up just refilling our hand for free, so I think we discard this one and then plan to play the Siege Gang next turn. But I guess discarding the Siege Gang is better if we're drawing a land this turn, which we didn't. Okay. But Insult to Injury is going to be really good the following turn, and it's a fine card to discard as well. But we're going to lead on Siege Gang. They'll get to hit us, make us discard, but we'll discard this one, I think, and then we get to finish off their Rankle with the Glorybringer next turn, presumably. If not, we can kill it with the Siege Gang. We are lower on life, but I think they're going to need a really good draw to get out of this. It's going to be tricky for them to get. That's a pretty good one. And they can make us discard a card. They'll be able to bring back, get a Rankle back, which is really annoying. Do we just keep the Insult then? Is that lethal? They're at 23. That's because this can kill this. We get him for 8. Sorry, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Double to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, double to 22, and then I sack something with this. So we'll discard this one, and then I think this should be lethal. Assuming I did my math right. Can't be prevented this turn. If a source you control will deal damage this turn at all. Right, okay. So we'll do... Yeah, we'll play that, I guess, and then we will go... Insult. Trigger that. That should kill them. And then we can always injury to kill the to hit Rankle and kill them. And then we can go next. All attack. We will make sure to exert this. Declare 6 attacks. This is gonna kill that one. Oh, it doesn't double it. Right, that's interesting. I hadn't considered that. I think we're still... Oh, we're still fine though, right? Oh, it's not gonna double the counters on that either. Oh, that could be a problem. But I think they're gonna have to chump block with the Scarab God, so I think we're fine. Because I think this will deal 4 to them, right? That's a problem. Yeah, I forgot about the counters on this. That could be an issue then. Because we can deal 4, and we can put 2 -1/-1 counters on this. Put them to 1, and then this will be lethal the following turn. I guess that's the play. Make this very small. The Scarab God's not going to do much. Yeah, if we did that pre-combat, we had lethal there. I just forgot about the Soul Scar Mage not interacting the way we want. I'll have to keep that in mind if I in future games. I have no cards in my hand, so there's no point in having me discard a card. And then my Siege Gang is just gonna kill them. So they're gonna need something that they can't Scarab God activate. So unless this card's some sort of board wipe, I think they're just dead. And then we can always attack them with the Crawling Barons next turn anyway. So I think there's about Massacre Girl. I think is about the only out here that I can think of, or Meat Hook Massacre, because that'll gain them enough life to survive. Yeah, so attack gain 2, and then I guess, oh, because they can lose a life and draw a card now since they gain 2 life to try and find an out. Yeah, it has to be some sort of board wipe that also gains them life or blocks. Each player sacks a creature? I guess that makes sense. We'll sack a Goblin, I suppose. That's gonna gain them life, right? They'll be at 3. We still have lethal though. So they're just equipping. Okay. Oh, they're killing the Siege Gang and we get to draw a card? So that'll gain them some life. We could force a chump block though with this. I think that's the play, right? That does force a chump block, right? Yes. Has 6 to activate, so this will allow us to do that. And then they end up at 4 and have just a Scarab God, but we'll have an untapped Glorybringer this time. This isn't going to do anything yet, so we'll Mountain, and then we should have exactly enough for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can attack with everything, and it has to block here. Good. So they end up at 4, have just a Scarab God, which currently doesn't do anything. Not enough mana, so they equip here, but then we have a Glorybringer. Okay, yeah, we misplayed the previous turn because I forgot it, or the turn before because I forgot about Soul Scar, but we got it back anyway. But that was close. Okay, 1 and 0 with this one so far. It's pretty good. We 2-0'd our opponent, which is promising. Don't think we want to make any changes to the deck now. I could see keeping the Harvester in, because it is also fine against aggro, but I don't know. Okay, well this one we're definitely not keeping. Only one land. Nope. Season Pyromancer helps us find stuff. I could see keeping it. We are on the draw. Our opponent has mulliganed once, and we only need one land of any color, and then we're probably just set. We'll be able to curve into some good stuff. So they kept 6. I think we'll keep the 6. Probably bottom this one, since we currently don't have any blue sources, and these are going to be a lot better. Okay, that's not really what we wanted to draw, but alright. Answers our creature pretty well, but hopefully since they mulligan, hopefully they won't be too aggressive. Okay, so we drew the 3rd land, that's really good. We'll presumably make 2 1/1s with this, so we'll have some good blockers, as long as I don't go too crazy with this card. But currently they basically just attack us for 3 unless they have something else to play, and that's it. Yeah, so they just attack us for 3 and that's it. That's good for us. I guess they also play a 1/1, but there's only one type in their graveyard at the moment. I think I'm discarding this. And maybe this, just because these cards are both insane. I think I have a reasonable chance of getting some more lands. It could be that I want to discard one of these, because they're both 5s, and if I don't hit the lands, I lose. I guess I could play this first, since they don't have much to do, but and then try and hit the lands next turn. No, I think that this just as blockers, I think it's going to be good enough, and I think we'll do this, because if we don't draw lands, we'll just draw castables. Yeah, this is fine. So we do the 4th land. The insult currently doesn't do much, but we can always cast it to put it in our graveyard so that we can injury later. Or we could just put 2 counters on our Crawling Barons. That at least gives us something to do with our mana. Ekka's being pretty well behaved today, that's good. Okay, that's good for them. Since they only have 1 card in hand, they get a 1/1 and draw an extra card. Their Season Pyromancer was much better than ours. Okay, so we hit the 4th land. That's really good. I think we probably don't want to do this, and I think we're just going to put 2 counters on our Crawling Barons on end step, and then just try and block a bunch of stuff, and then look to play one of these after. I think that's what we're doing. This could get a bit annoying this turn, but I think we have some reasonable blockers here. But I guess if they just den and attack with everything, we might not be in. We're not gonna be able to block everything we want. So this can't block then, and then they'll be able to attack with some stuff. That's very powerful. But we'll be able to block with it the following turn. I'm not sure what exactly we're blocking here though. I think we probably want to kill this one, since it can pump so many of their creatures. This is still only at 1. They just have 2 instants. I think we're gonna go like this. And I think they're gonna activate it once to pump this. None of the rest of these creatures are goblins. Yeah, I think that's what we're doing. And then the Sarkhan make a dragon is gonna make it really hard for their creatures to attack, because most of them are 1 toughness. So we'll end step we'll do this. Decline to make it a creature so they can't kill it. Yeah, then we'll make a Sarkhan, and then unless they have an answer for the dragon, it's going to be very difficult for any of their creatures to attack. Hopefully. But if they do have an answer for the dragon, it's going to be really hard for us to come back, because we're just blocking 1 creature with this, and then potentially leaving Glorybringer on blocking duty. That feels really bad. But we'll at least get a second dragon into play for this, which is really good. I guess if they kill the dragon but don't kill the Sarkon, we might still be fine because we can play another dragon. Are they attacking with everything and not noticing Sarkon's triggered ability? So I'm just gonna block both of their creatures, which will get rid of our dragon, but we have another one. And if they couldn't kill this one, they're probably not gonna be able to kill this one. Which means we could just attack as well. Okay, trigger. So they're both going at me. That's going at Sarkon. I feel like we block like this and just keep both of our creatures alive and take 2. I guess they could have like a shock or something to finish up our dragon. I think it makes the most sense to kill the den though. But I'm assuming there's like a shock or rimrock, yeah. So this is at 3 creature types now, so I think I might have to kill that with a Glorybringer, and then most of their stuff still has 1 toughness. And they have no cards in hand, so I think, yeah, it's Glorybringer, Exert to kill that, and then we'll have a dragon on board for the Sarkon. Yeah, take up that. Attack and Exert this to kill this one, so that it doesn't become a 3/3. And then currently this is the only creature that can attack. They could always throw this in the graveyard so they can bring it back as a 4/4. Which I think would be reasonable. We could tick down Sarkon to make a 4/4, but I think his triggered ability is too important right now. But again, if they draw a removal spell for a dragon, we're in bad shape. Okay, I will block. This is gonna die, and then I'll trade here, and then we can make some more 1/1s. Which I think is fine. The turn after we'll have lethal with this plus Glorybringer though. So I will block. Does that mean since they're low on creatures, does that mean I actually want to make a dragon now? I'm not sure. Although we might, is ticking up Sarkon just lethal? Because this will be 4 and this will be 8. I think it might be. I hope they just reanimate this now. No, they're just gonna make some 1/1s. Okay. That's 9. 4, 5, 6, 7. Pretty sure this is lethal, right? 8. 4. Just making sure this time. Pretty sure. Okay, well, let's do it. Kill the Goblin. Tick up the Sarkon. Attack for 8. Sweet. Alright, good. Yeah, so the insult's actually been really good. Despite us misplaying with it in the last game. I think the life gain off the Harvester is going to be really important here. We could probably just get rid of some of our more expensive creatures. Maybe the Titan. I could see that. It is also blue. These are Decayed zombies, but a 2/3 is a reasonable power and toughness. I could see getting rid of the pet to try and play something else. They didn't really have any artifacts though. The 2/1's not actually very good, but this is... I guess this is also just a removal spell. At worst, it's a 2-mana shock. Maybe this is what we play. Don't think I'm on a caravan. Yeah, I think we just cut some of our blue creatures. I don't think we want to go down on these though. Because we 10 mana sources I think is still probably enough. We could go down 1 blue source, I don't know. I don't think so. so up a game against Mike Man. They're still sideboarding. So as long as we don't lose 2 games in a row here, we'll be up to 2-0 with this deck. Which I think is pretty good, because I don't think we did terribly well in the drafting portion. I think we probably could have gone a lot more aggressive and just ignored the blue. I just find it so hard committing to aggro decks, since if they don't work out, your deck's just terrible. Okay, so they're going to be on the play, obviously. This is pretty reasonable. Turn 1, Lavamancer. Turn 2, probably kill one of their creatures. I think we'll keep this. Just hope to get some more cheap stuff. Okay. I guess potentially Insult to Injury is cuttable against them, since we're gonna be on the back foot a lot of the time. We need another card to put in the graveyard for the Lavamancer. Obviously not blocking here. If they tap out, we'll shoot this, but otherwise we're not going to. I don't want to risk getting bolted or something. Or maybe, well, they have 1 mana up. Maybe we'll just play our own Soulscar Mage and then do this for X equals 2. We could always just kill this. I don't know. It's a sorcery. I think I'm just gonna go to combat. So they have priority. So presumably they have an instant. I'm gonna go no attacks, and then we're just going to go like this. Yeah, so they have priority, so it's good that I didn't shoot this, because I think, yeah, they have some sort of instant. If they kill this, that's gonna make Lavamancer better the following turn. But it's not a bolt, otherwise I think they just would have bolted this and attacked for an extra damage the last turn. So they're currently 3 colors. I'm not gonna block, since they're just gonna prowess it. But it does at least hold this creature off. We don't need to kill this yet, since they have to get to 6 lands. Oh, they did have the bolt. Killing this one though, that makes sense. I think we're gonna try and kill this with this turn. Deals twice X damage to target creature or planeswalker. We'll deal it 4 damage just to make sure. Prowess this. And then we're not going to attack. Not sure what they could have. They could have like a God's Willing or something similar, which would be a little bit annoying. But we're still holding this back to block or to prevent the Dragon Master from attacking. Lightning Axe, but this is still gonna die. So I don't know how much I like that play. Since they had almost enough mana to just hardcast the Lightning Axe anyway. I guess it allows them to attack with this, but I don't know. We don't really need the Crawling Barrens because we have the Den, so I think I'm gonna play this and discard this and the Barrens probably. Well, but I guess we don't actually need the other mountain either. We played both of our 1-drop red creatures. So maybe these are actually the discards. Hopefully we'll be able to play the Sarkon next turn. Pretty sure we're still just correct to discard a land there. The chances we don't end up with one after 3 draws I think are fairly low. So they almost are able to cast this, which is bad for us, but we can always injury it. Which I think we're going to want to do, even if we don't draw the land. Because if we, like, Thirst is something we're going to want to cast if we don't draw the land to make sure we hit it, but I think we have to... Although I guess we do have 1 turn left, right? Because it's the turn after they play their 6th land. So I guess I will Thirst and then maybe trying to braid this. I guess maybe I'm doing nothing. Discard 2 cards. I guess we can attack and skewer it. I think we're discarding this. I want to keep the Chandra. Because I think that just as a board wipe is going to be really good, but maybe the Sarkon's just better. And because this turn we're going to want to skewer, and then next turn probably Pyromancer plus a Braid. We don't need the Chandra, and Sarkon's just going to be enough. I can see that. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Then we'll attack with both of our creatures. We can skewer their creature, and they have nothing in hand, so I guess the board wipe doesn't really matter then. Just kill this now. If they play something else, we'll Pyromancer plus either Braid or Injury, I think. If not, we'll just play this Sarkon, depending on what they do. Assuming we draw the land. If we don't draw the land, we're just gonna Young Pyromancer pass. Okay. So we will attack for 3, see what happens. It's only instants and sorcery, so it doesn't trigger off the Sarkon anyway. So we're free to just play this. Right, that's fine with us. We can turn it into 2 more elementals later. They really should have held it up for this Sarkon. It's a good thing we didn't cast this pre-combat. They didn't have Delirium anyway, but they could have finished off the Planeswalker. I don't think it was correct to kill my 2/2. They had so much life to work with already that it just wasn't necessary. I'll actually animate this and just go in for a lot of damage. We don't need to play anything here. I'm just gonna start killing them. They're so low on resources and had to waste this last turn that I don't think they have anything left to do anything with. Oh, they don't even have Delirium? Okay, yeah, got there. So we're 2-0 now. That's really good. Going into the final round here. I could see... Do I want to bring in the Harvester? I could see it. I don't really know. Is it better than this? This is any non-creature spell though. We're fairly heavy on creatures. We have 11 non-creature spells. No, I think we'll just keep it as is again. And then just see what they play and sideboard accordingly. It's been working out alright so far. Haven't dropped a game yet, so we'll play first here. But their deck's probably better. This is probably the best hand we've seen so far, so that probably means we're gonna lose this one. We don't really have a 2-drop, but we also don't really need to play a 2-drop. So I kind of just want to pass. I don't think we want to play this. Against Plains, maybe we do, though. But I think the chances they are going to eventually have a target for this are fairly high. And we don't really need the blocker since that's what we're about to be doing anyway. So I think, yeah, we will just pass. Play one of these two depending on what they do. Maybe we'll actually just kill that. That could be better. But we can always kill it next turn. We could do this and then play this and this. That might... Yeah, I think that's the play. This at least prevents it from attacking. They might get a single 1/1 trigger off of it, but this way we get an extra Decayed Zombie and are much more mana efficient with our turns. Urus. Okay. So I guess we're going to want to kill that one instead. Because if we kill this, they'll just bring it back right away. So kill that. Trigger this. Will we attack? White, blue. I think so. I think we're likely to want to race them once we get Siege Gang Commander out, because then we can flip this and attack them for quite a lot of damage. Lose all abilities, but they are still goblins. That's good. Ooh, so this triggers what? If we play 2 spells or attack with 2 creatures? Two of those creatures attacking you. That's the second spell each turn. Okay. They still have many targets for that, but we can always just play a CGN Commander and pass. When does this trigger? Upkeep. No attacks. So I think, yeah, upkeep, we're going to flip this. But I guess attacking's not actually even that good yet, so maybe we won't? I don't know. We don't really have anything to do here. Unless we want to just play a 1-1 and attack once. Mana value 3 or greater. Haha! Oh, we get to cast that. But I guess that would trigger this. So we kind of want to kill that first. Do we want to transform this yet? We can't really... We're not really attacking yet, though. Because this is just such a good blocker at the moment. I think I will decline. Maybe I should have now. Oh well, that's fine. So I guess, yeah, just Glorybringer and kill this. Attack and exert. No sense attacking with anything else since they'll get a trigger. So we kill that. Next turn the plan is to Dire Fleet Daredevil this. It costs 1 more from the Thalia, but 1 less from this, so it evens out to 5 mana total. We are going to flip this on our upkeep now. Oh, this gets a counter as well? Okay, I will transform that, so we have a bunch of 3/3s. Might as well... Oh, we can do both now, so we'll trigger this as well. That's good for us. At least probably. Counter target creature spell, draw a card. So we can cast that instead. That's really good. Is it? Oh no, because that's going to cost 3 mana because of the Thalia. Okay, fine. We'll cast the other one then. We'll cast this one. Target you. Guess we're not getting any triggers. We hit a card. We hit a. We hit. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. We'll attack with just all the tokens because this gets first striked. And we don't want it to lose this. Oh, they just conceded. Okay, never mind. Didn't matter. Good, good. So, Harvester against them? Probably not, actually. They are relatively aggressive, but they do have Thalia. I could see wanting this. Since there's some cheap creatures it looks like we want to kill. Maybe we take out the pet. It's a bit slow. We could take out the... Where is it? The insult. But I think the pet's probably a bit too slow. Oops, what did I click on? I don't want Teferi's Tutelage. What else is here? I don't think I remember seeing targets for that. I think the Harvester might be okay. Maybe it's better than Insult. I could see that. Let's try it. They're going to be on the play. We want to be a bit more defensive. So still haven't dropped a game. That's really good. This bodes well for the finals on Saturday. Okay, so there's no blue, but we do have 3 lands functionally and have a turn 2 play. If we draw lands, we can cast this. I think we'll keep this. If we draw a land, we'll hold this. If not, we'll play it on turn 1. Okay, so we drew a land, so we'll do this. That'll allow us to potentially get an elemental. We may still end up wanting to play it as a land if we don't draw any more, but we'll have a few turns to decide that. Because I think both of these could go either way. Okay, Thalia's a bit annoying. Do we kill it right now? We could Young Pyromancer and then kill it. That would give us a token. But that slows us down a fair bit and we take 2. So I think we're actually just gonna kill it now. And that leaves Fight with Fire open for their next play if we need it. I just don't think we want to play slower just to try and get a single 1/1. So that's one. So we could kill that. I don't hate it. Yeah, I think we just don't want to let them get value because the late game potential of our hands is already really good. I think if we draw land, we're gonna plan not to cycle this, but if we don't draw land, we'll plan to cycle it for 2 this turn. Count on another target creature, then it deals 2 damage to that creature. So that'll just kill our young Pyromancer. You control with a 1 kind of dice. That's okay. So it's so it can tap to kill X1s basically. Alright, so we'll play this. So we can't really play the Pyromancer then. Maybe we will plan to cycle this. And then Goblin Dark Dwellers into a fight with fire. I could see that. Yeah, I think that's probably a fine play. And they did have at least 1 counterspell last time, which is a little bit annoying. Are they gonna attack with this? I assume so, right? There's not much point holding it up to just put counters on their own creatures, I assume. Ooh, that's really good. Oh, that's gonna be +2/+2, so the fight with fire won't kill it anymore. That's a problem. And it will have first strike as well. So maybe then we can't. Maybe we have to rely on making some sharks. Because we can always make a dragon with this and block with it. And then yeah, and then try and make some sharks later. I think that's the play. Light of the stage isn't too bad. Yeah, because we can only deal 5 damage to it with the fight with fire, unfortunately. So I think Sarkon tick down, plan to chump block with the dragon, hit them and go Pyromancer light up the stage, unless we draw a 6 mana, in which case we Typhoon. Or if they kill the Sarkon, we can't do the light up the stage play, which appears to be what's happening. I can't imagine they attack us. I assume they're going to want to kill the... Although I guess now they might want to attack us. That is really good. Oh boy. Protection from what? Blue and green? So we at least get to light up the stage. So they do have several artifacts we want to kill. It's good. That's good to know. But what do we have to flashback with the Dark Dwellers now? There are more options, none of which kill their creature, unfortunately. So I guess we tick up. We attack, and then play this and light up the stage and hope. I don't think there's really anything we can get though, is the issue. That'll do anything to that. Doesn't look like it. No, we are... Because this can't block, right? Yeah, protection from blue, it makes a blue shark. Alright, yep, they got us. So we are going to want to board in our artifact destruction, it looks like. Board that in. Is there anything else we want? Into the Royal could be okay. Bounce their sword or their, what's it called? The other equipment. This card's still really good though. That would have been that would have still killed that creature. What do we not want? Maybe we don't want the Harvester now. Oh, did our music stop? Where did that go? There, come back. Thank you. Yeah, I think this is probably what we want. It's now we have, yeah, we have 2 good ways to deal with artifacts. We could play this on the, we could put this in on the play, but I don't think I want to. So this is the first game loss, but we're on the play here, and I think as long as they don't get a big equipment creature, we'll just be good to go. So play first, yes. This card's actually going to be really good here, I think, if we don't draw the lands. And we have lots of removal spells, so I think we'll be fine. Choose one of them, you can play it this turn. So it's, yeah, so it does help us hit lands. That's really good if we end up being stuck. And we have a lot of instants and sorceries to get on our graveyard. But I think mostly it's just going to be a 1-3 for the first little bit, unless we get stuck on lands. We'll see how it goes. Are they still thinking about mulliganing? It looks like it. Hopefully so they mulligan once, okay. Yeah, so current plan is to turn 2 this. I don't think there's anything they could play on turn 1 that would warrant killing any of these. So that's a good one to abrade, but we could wait till they equip to something first. Make them waste some mana. There's no point doing it now since they're not getting any value off of it. We might as well get the creature in play in case we want to activate its ability or attack for 1. But yeah, currently I'm planning on abrading this. But what are they doing is the question. They got just a 1/1. So I think we're gonna want to kill that now. Probably with this one. Because this dealing 5 is important. And then we will just attack. If we miss the land next turn, we might want to activate this. So we didn't miss the land. We could still activate it anyway. That might be good. Afterlife 2. I think we will. Discard this one, probably. We don't have any blue sources yet. Choose one of them. I guess we choose this one. So we're going to play that this turn. And then we're going to do this. If they equip an attack, we'll kill the abrade and then block. Which will basically just put them on nothing. I guess they'll have 2 spirits, but we get to kill this essentially for free. And it wastes a bunch of their mana as well. Unless they kill this first. But I think I'm still wanting to target this. That's fine. So we attack. And then we will destroy target artifact. Trigger prowess on this. We could have blocked first in case they had a removal spell, but which might have been better. But they didn't have anything anyway, so it's fine. It's worth it to have a way to stop the abrade, but I guess they didn't have any blue up, so they probably can't. We could discard a mountain to try and I guess there's no real point to that. I think we just want to play the Sarkon and then attack. With the dragon in play, they can't kill the Sarkon with the spirits, but if they kill the dragon, Sarkon dies anyway because these creatures just hang out on the ground. But we at least get a prowess trigger and can, and we're getting close to being able to turn this into a 4/4. And if they spend their whole turn killing the dragon and attacking the Sarkon, we can always just animate the crawling bears and start attacking them for a bunch. But I think we'll want to activate this to get it going. Ooh, what does this one do again? You control a flying, get +2/+2 until end of turn. Okay, so that'll kill the Sarkon, but we kill one of the things, and then we can kill the Sarah next turn. Oh yeah, it gives it counters that's not going to kill the Sarkon. Oops indeed. Sorry. Yeah. So we get to kill the Sarah. That only has creatures. I think we will exile. I think we'll discard this, put a third one in there, and then try and draw something castable. Ooh. I guess this one. It'll still draw us a card, make this a 4/4. We can't cast this first, unfortunately, but I think this is still worth it. We lose the fight with fire, but it turns us into a 4/4 and we get to draw 2 cards. So we get to tick up with that. We'll go like that and like that, and we'll hold the skewer in our hand. There's no point just hitting them for 3. But yeah, we'll kill the Sarah, hit them to 15, and then we have nearly lethal on board here. Yeah, we will save the skewer, even though it's more mana efficient, since we might want to attack with this next turn. But yeah, it's a good thing we didn't do that now. So we can either attack with the Crawling Barons or make 2 1/1s. Either way, we're doing this. I think I want to attack with the Crawling Barons just to start getting more counters on it. That way it'll attack through things much faster. I could skewer them, but again, I think there's not much point. We'll have an extra mountain for it next turn anyway. The only issue is if we want to kill a blocker with it. It doesn't kill that one anyway. But it does kill that one. I assume they're going to gain 3. So I think at this point I probably want to just attack with the Sarkon and then hold the Crawling Barons up to block. I don't want to let them draw a card. So we still don't have any blue mana. That is a little bit annoying. But I think that's fine. We'll make this a 4/4 again. Go to attacks. We can do this at instant speed to make some blockers, and then this can also be a 4/4 at instant speed. Don't think there's much point killing this. Oh, did they scry? I should have paid more attention to that. I don't think we want to kill this. I think I'm just going to end the turn, make 2 1/1s if we need to. But more likely, turn this into a 4/4. So they attack with both of them. What does that mean? Does that mean they have a removal spell for this? I think that means I want to make some 1/1s in case they have a removal spell. Looks like they didn't, so I guess we'll kill this. Oh, okay, that's fair. But we have lethal now. Because this is 4, this is 3. Put that there. And then Spectacle for 3. Got there. Perfect. Alright. I'm pretty sure that attack was wrong then, since if they're playing the Kaya, because they just lose their 2/4. Like, that's the only thing that happens if I animate my land, right? Oh well. We end up at 3-0 though. Maybe they just had to. Maybe their out was me misplaying. But I still don't think there's much point attacking anyway, right? Because they'd rather hold that back to block. Gaining 2 life doesn't really do anything. Well, whatever. Let's see what rares we get here. Does that mean we already have this one since it flipped right away? I don't know. Oh well.